Hello fellow guitarists, and welcome to another lesson, this one on pedal steel licks. For this lesson I'm using my fine Razor Stratocaster. I picked this up for I think $60 at a used music store. I think I got it 2 or 3 years ago, and I've never changed the strings. I don't know what strings are on there. And the body's actually made of plywood. I don't know where it was made, I can't find anything about it. It's actually got a pretty nice neck, and one of these days I'm going to change the strings and put some better electronics on it, and I don't know, plywood body, I don't know, I like it. But anyway, keep an eye out for those guitars that are okay, you don't have to spend a fortune on them. But on this lesson, I want to show you some pedal steel licks. Let's start off with a basic one. Let's go down here to a C major. Let's say we're making a C chord down here, a bar chord on the 8th fret. What I want to do is I want to take the first 2 notes on the first and second strings of that chord, and I'm going to make those with my 3rd and 4th fingers. And then I'm going to put my 3rd finger on the D on the 7th fret of the G string. And I'll probably put my 1st finger on the 6th string of the G string right behind it, just to give me a little more strength to push, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pluck that chord, and then I'm going to bend the G string up a whole step to where that note is bent up to an E. See? Okay, that's one variation on it. Now another thing you can do is take these 2 notes here, actually a C and a G, and move them down an octave. So we're going to be playing those down here on the 10th fret of the 5th and 4th strings. And I'm going to put my 1st finger way up here on the 7th fret, and I'm going to bend it down towards the floor, pull it down towards the floor to bend it up to that E. It's kind of a nice one. I use that a lot in non-country playing. It just sounds pretty cool. Now another version of this is, let's say we're playing in C and we go up here to F, okay? Making that F chord right there on the 8th and 10th frets. What I want to do is take the 2 notes of the F that are on the 1st and 2nd strings. You got the 8th fret on the E string and the 10th fret on the B string. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move my fingers back up here where they're both on the 8th fret, and I'm going to bend that B string up and bend that A up, or that G up to an A. So it's kind of get that steel sound there. Now what's nice is you can use either a volume pedal, or I'm using a Line 6 DL4, and there's a setting on there called Auto Swell. That just does an automatic volume swell for you. And get some nice sounds like that. But those are some cool sounds. Or you can use a volume pedal to do the same thing. I found when you're playing that country style, to get that sound, you probably want to be on a Telecaster or a Strat. String it up with some light gauge strings, some 9s maybe. It's better if you have a hard tail guitar. If you have a whammy bar, this one has a whammy, but it's got 4 springs on it. It's really tight. My other guitar, my G&L, has a whammy, my G&L Strat, but I only got a couple springs on there, and when I bend up one string, the other strings go flat because it pulls the bridge forward. So it's better to do these kind of bends on a guitar that has a hard tail bridge. I like to use a little compression that puts some delay on it, and do some little volume swells. You can do volume swells with your volume knob, auto swells, volume pedals, whatever, and you'll be in good shape. You'll be ready to go. But that's just the intro to it. You can use those. Oh, just another variation on this C one before I forget. We started off with this first one. Well, let's leave out that B string and just play the E string and the G. Or let's leave off the E string and just play the B string and the G string. Okay? So have fun with that one.